Hello, everyone. We are part of University of Oregon SAIL, and we'll be presenting to you understanding admission decision letters and financial aid letters. My name is Nicholas, and I'll be presenting with Michael and Ming today.
What is SAIL? SAIL is the Summer Academy to Inspire Learning, which is a program that provides experiences with faculty volunteers, college student mentors, and university campus resources in order to help students pursue, enroll in, and succeed in higher education. Our program registration opened May 1st, and our program this year will be going from July 26th to 30th. All that information can be found on our website.
In today's presentation, we will talk about two things. First, the admission decision letter, and then financial aid letter.
Okay, let's start with college admission decision letters. So there are different types of admission decisions. You could either accept it, reject, you can be put on a wait list, or be deferred. When do these letters arrive? They should arrive a couple weeks after you apply, depending on the college that you applied for. You will get these through the mail, email, or those are the two primaries. The deadline to make your decision is May 1st. And a couple things to keep in mind is that just because you get an acceptance letter doesn't mean you can slack off in school. It's always important to keep doing well in school. Colleges want to see you continuing the great work that you've done for all 4 years, really. And an acceptance letter can contain information about, rewards, scholarships, deadlines. So when reviewing it, I recommend to review it thoroughly to not miss all of the important information on it.
If you do receive the news that you were not hoping for, it's okay to feel disappointed, but please remember that a rejection letter is not a reflection on your potential. In some cases, you can appeal a rejection decision, but understand that this does not guarantee acceptance. Know when it is appropriate to file an appeal and understand the potential outcomes. Reach out to your counselor if you feel strong about an appeal.
If your decision letter comes back as deferred, this means that your college needs a bit more time to review your application. I would recommend to keep in touch with the admissions committee and make sure that you're sending them the information they need to evaluate your application, because often they need to take more time, which means that they might need additional information from you. If your decision letter comes back as deferred, that means colleges need a bit more time to review your application. This means that they may need additional information from you. So keeping in contact with the admissions committee is essential. If you applied for early action and receive a deferment letter, most colleges will move you from the early action into the regular admissions deadline, which means that you won't get it early, but it'll give them a bit more time to review your information. If you are waitlisted, this is when a student is put on a list of the upcoming students to be accepted. There's a couple strategies to make you stand out. You can write a follow-up letter, request an interview, and most importantly, continue focusing on getting good grades. This is an essential way to keep the college's eye on you. For either of these, it is important to remember you are not being declined an offer. This is just another chance for you to get in.
And now we're going to talk about the financial aid award letter. In this next section, we're going to talk about what information is going to be in that letter, when and how it's going to arrive, what you need to do in order to accept that award from the school. We're going to talk about loans and some other key terms and things to keep in mind as well.
So some important key terms to keep in mind is an award is typically based on academic achievement or merit and awarded by your institution. An award does not need to be paid back. A grant is need-based financial aid that does not need to be paid back as well. Scholarship is similar to an award and does not need to be repaid. A federal Pell Grant is awarded by the U.S. Department of Education on the basis of need, and it is determined by filing your FAFSA.
A few additional key terms are loans, which are money you can borrow to help fund your education. These can be funded by the government, which are federal loans, banks, or private organizations such as, Kiwanis Club or, a Ronald McDonald. There are two types of loans. One is subsidized. This is a loan that does not accrue interest while you are attending school, at least part-time. And unsubsidized loans begin to accrue interest as soon as the loan is dispersed and while the student is enrolled in the school. So that happens immediately. Lastly, we have work study. This is awarded based on eligibility. It enables you to work often a campus job, similar to a regular part-time job. Hourly earnings will be paid directly to the student, and it's your responsibility to put that money into your schooling. Your work study amount will determine the maximum earnings you can receive.
And here we have an example of a financial aid award letter. All of these numbers are estimates and are a little outdated by now, but there are two key sections of this to look at. The top section shows an estimate of the costs of attending the college. In this image, the tuition is actually cut off, but it's around $10,000, $12,000. All of these other numbers are also estimates for costs that you're going to have to pay while you're in college, like food and housing, books and supplies, transportation, things like that. The bottom tells you about the money that the school is actually offering you. So as we talked about before with some of those key terms, you see a couple of grants in the beginning. Those grants are money that does not have to be paid back. Those are offers that have been given to you based on financial need. And then you also have federal work study job, which is something that you will only receive if you actually apply for a job and work at that job. And then there is also the federal subsidized and unsubsidized loans. Subsidized loans tend to be a little bit more just because they don't accrue the interest, and so they're a little bit better for you. And then this student does not have any scholarships, but if they did, that would show up here as well.
After receiving your financial aid offer, you may begin comparing multiple different offers. You can break down this process in the following way. First, identify and figure out what grant, loan, and work study amounts you are eligible for. Then research information about your school's costs of attendance. Then compare the information you find to the offers you have received to determine your financial feasibility. And then finally, determine which school's offer you will be accepting and if they need additional documents from you.
Okay, let's say you are admitted to the U of O, right? The University of Oregon provides students with this checklist as a resource to help guide them through their enrollment process. This goes under reviewing your financial aid offer, accepting work study if you choose to, and loans, and creating a budget, which is very important. It's also important to note that University of Oregon incoming students that have met the priority FAFSA deadline will begin receiving financial aid offers in the mail mid-March.
Thank you for watching our presentation. No, that's lame. And if you have any questions about the contents of this presentation or the SAIL program in general, here is some of our contact information that will also be in the description below. You can email us at sailstaff@uoregon.edu or text us 541-201-3380. Thanks for watching.